can't explain it, but we gotta face it. It feels like the sky is falling down. Cause when it gets crazy, I just hold my head up, cause everyone knows our time is now. We finally made it. We finally made it. We finally made it. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit angry, and I know I gotta get out and cry. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, but then I see the look in your eyes, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight.
Hey, my name is Nikki McKibbin. Well, I'm here in San Francisco. Pretty much I'm staying at the Keene Hotel. They've offered me a free room for a couple of nights. I'm also doing a photo shoot, obviously an interview. I recorded a new single, and while I was recording a new single, there was another band in the studio, and they heard what I was doing, and they really liked my voice. So this thing is kind of they asked me to do a collaboration with them. And so, like, they're like R&B and hip hop, and I am, rock. So we're doing kind of a collaboration thing together, which is, really big right now. And the song's amazing. I started singing, I guess, when I was like 5. And I went to a private school, a Christian school, and I started like singing in a play. My very first song that I ever sang solo was Germs, Germs, My Invisible Dog. And so, I did that, and then I kind of grew up singing country music, and then moved to Fort Worth and got very heavily into singing gospel, because I was in like a majority black school, so I sang with the gospel choir. And then I think I was about 19 when I discovered rock and alternative music and just fell in love. So I auditioned for Pop Stars. It was my first television show in 2000. And I got to the top 20, which was amazing. And they formed the band Eden's Crush out of that, who is now Nicole Scherzinger, who's the lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls. That's where she popped up, and I just love her to death. She's really cool. American Idol was so last minute for me. I was doing a karaoke show, and because I had done Pop Stars, I would get emails and stuff about new auditions and stuff that were coming up. And one of the people that would come to my karaoke show, his daughter was a singer, and he asked me, do you know anything about this American Idol show, and can you find out about it, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I can see what I can find out. And so, I went home and looked through my postings and stuff, and, I found all the information. It took me a while, but I found all the information and printed everything up. And I told him that, the auditions are tomorrow. And I said, how old is she? And he said 15. And I was like, oh, well, you have to be 16 to audition. And I thought, well, I spent all this time looking all this stuff up and everything. I may as well just go do it myself, So I did. I called my friend Eric, and I was like, hey, you want to go audition for this show with me? And, he was like, all right, cool. So that's how that all came about, It was the first season of Idol. Nobody knew if it was going to hit or miss. I mean, Pop Stars seemed like it was going to be a great show, and, it didn't do real well. For me, I think it was difficult because, my entire life, all I'd ever heard was, oh my God, you have such a beautiful voice, and, people asking, sing this song for me, and, I'd never had anybody tell me that I wasn't good enough. And so it was a shock to me to, the judging and stuff, when they would say, well, that just wasn't very good, and I didn't like that song choice, and I didn't, you were a little flat here, a little pitchy there, which I don't know where pitchy came from.
Suicide attempt, a psych ward lockdown, and a stripper scandal.
Don't let what people think about you ruin your life.
I think that tragedy and trauma and all the bad things are what sell the papers. You know, nobody wants to hear, oh, you know, Nikki is doing amazing. Just wanted to let you guys know. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, Nikki's in the psych ward. You know, oh my gosh, you know, yada, she tried to kill herself, which was not true. But, you know, I think you have to understand that when you go into this business, that's kind of what it's about. You know, once I got sober, they put me on a lot of medication to keep me stable. And they were all weight gainers. And they tell you, like, you know, from Dr. Drew and Dr. Sophie and everybody, you know, Shelly, Will, everybody on Celebrity Rehab and Sober House, you know, the first year, the only thing you can focus on is being sober. Like, you cannot focus on anything else no matter what. I have 2 kids. Well, you know, Tristan, obviously he was 4 when I did Idol. He's 13 now, and he's bigger than I am. And then I have my stepdaughter, who I just call my daughter. I mean, I feel like she's mine. I've, you know, had her for almost 5 years. So, and her name's Carly, and she's 16. You know, it's cool. I think that, you know, for Tristan, mostly he likes to sing and perform, so he likes it. He doesn't like the side of it where, you know, we'll be at dinner or I'll come to have lunch with him at school and the kids and the teachers all want to talk to me because he just wants me to be mom, you know. Yeah, I think that it's hard for them because kids don't believe them, you know. When Tristan will say, oh, well, my mom's Nikki McKibbin, or Carly's like, oh, my stepmom's Nikki McKibbin, you know, and people are like, you're lying. And I think before I went to do Celebrity Rehab and Sober House, like, I sat them both down and made sure that it was okay with them. And not so much I knew that the getting sober was going to be okay for them, you know, but what I was worried about was, you know, kids seeing that and their parents seeing that and then them getting teased at school because of it, or, you know, I heard what your stepmom did or what your mom used to do, and, you know, like, I was worried about that. To all of my fans, you know, it's been a crazy ride and I'm really excited and I really appreciate, you know, all the love and support. And, you know, if you want to check out, like, where I am locally in Dallas doing gigs, or, you know, occasionally I travel out of state and do gigs, like, at bike rallies and stuff like that. You can follow me on Twitter at Nikki McKibbin. You can follow me on Facebook at either Nikki McKibbin or Real Nikki McKibbin is my personal account. So if you want to find out where I am next and what I'm doing, just keep up with me and follow me there. And just thanks to everybody.